everyone's joining us. Today I'm going to be doing the phone apps book tag. So I've been struggling on what kind of book tag that I want to do, but then I saw Jesse from Jesse the Reader did this tag, which I'll link his video down below so you can check it out. Basically, all the questions are based on different apps on your phone, but yeah, let's get to the tag. The first question is contacts. Scroll to a random contact in your phone and recommend them that book. I am not going to pick a random person because some people that I talk to don't read much, but one person I would recommend a book is my grandma because she really trusts my book recommendations, and I would recommend her A Sweet Mess by Jessie Lee. If you haven't read this book tells us story about a woman who had on a one-night stand with a man, and then all of a sudden her bakery gets a 1-star review, and then she finds out that the person that gave that bakery 1 star was the guy that she had a night stand with, and then the whole story goes from there. I know my grandma really likes any romances, basically. It's just because she likes anything romance, so that's why I would recommend this book to her. And the next question is, camera share the last photo of a book you've saved on your to your phone. And the last photo I actually saved on my phone, I'll actually show you. It's the photo that I got on Instagram that they were recommending a book that if you like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, you like this book. So I saved it so I would know what to add to my wish list, or a book to get from a library if my library has it. So yeah, that was the last book photo that I've saved to my phone. And the next question is notes. What's the last book that you had to write down all your thoughts on as you read? I don't write down notes as I read as much, just because I feel like I'm doing homework or something. That's why I don't do that. But I mean, if I were gonna pick a book that I've done that last, I honestly don't remember on top of my head, so I don't have an answer to this question as of now. And the next question is mail. What's the last book that you've received by mail? And the last book that I received by mail is Gallant by V.E. Schwab, which is her new release book. I got it as a pre-order, and I'm just really excited about getting to this because I really like, I love the Invisible Life of Eddie Relu, and I know I liked the Darker Shade of Magic series, or Shade of Magic series, but I know I want to give it a reread, so I would give it another try. But I'm just really excited about her new release as well, because I really want to try it out. And the next question is maps. Name a book series where you have no idea of the direction it's heading in. And a book series that I can think of that I have no idea where the direction is going is on the Cursebreaker series by Bridget Kemmerer. I've read the first book and loved it, but when I read the second book, I was a little disappointed a little bit, even though I enjoy it as well. And I have no idea what the third book is going to be like, and I'm just nervous and scared about reading the third book, but just because I love the first book, and then on the second book, now I'm not sure, but I'm just still really worried about what direction it's going, but I'm still excited to finish the series at the same time. And the next question is weather app. Name a book that feels like sunshine to you. I don't think any romance book feels like sunshine to me. Like The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood, and the characters just made me laugh, and it made me smile the whole time, so that's why I think it's a book that gave me some sunshine to me. If you haven't read before, it's about a scientist whose friend keeps pushing her to date, and then she asks a random guy to be her fake boyfriend, basically, and I just love this book so much. One of the characters just reminds me of Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, so that's why I love the book so much. And I'm not big on science. It's like my least favorite subject in school, but reading this kind of makes me think of Big Bang Theory a bit, because it's basically characters that are scientists, basically, and that's what this reminds me of. And I just can't wait to read the next book in this series, and I'm pretty sure it's a companion novel, and it's following different characters as far as I know. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, this book was full of sunshine to me. And the next question is Google Translate. Name a book that was originally published in a different language. And a book that I picked for this is The Book Jumper by I still can't pronounce the author's name, and I apologize. And this was originally translated from German, and it's basically about a girl who finds out that she's a book jumper, and then she ends up jumping on one of the books, and the book goes from there. And I really enjoy it. I haven't read this in years, and I do hope to give it a reread because I have her other book. It's somewhere in my reading room, and I'm just really excited to pick that one up. And I do recommend this if you're looking for a bookish book. So yeah, I definitely would recommend this to anybody who loves a bookish book. And the next question is transportation app. Name a book or book series where the storyline took you on a ride. And a book that I can think of for this is To All the Boys I Loved Before series by Jenny Han. Oh boy, I binge read these books like one a year for 3 years in a row, and I honestly cried when I read the last book because I'm like, no, I just love these characters so much, and I love the story. And if you haven't read this book series, is about a girl who's written a letter to her crushes to get over her feelings for them, and then somehow her letters were sent to them, and that's how the whole story goes from there. I love Lara Jean, I love Peter, and I love all the other characters in here, and I'm sad that I finished the book series. It kind of makes me want to reread it because I love the series so much, and it was a wild ride for me, and I just really love this series so much. And the next question is music service, Spotify. Name a book that you would recommend on audio or as an audiobook. And the book that I would definitely recommend as an audiobook is Sadie by Courtney Summers. Is because you see a character's perspective, but you also get a podcast perspective, which I really love about this book. And I give us 5 stars just because I'm like, I just love the audiobook so much that it makes me want to reread it as an audiobook just because it really works as an audiobook versus reading it physically because there's a podcast element to it. So yeah, I definitely highly recommend this as an audiobook. And the next question is calendar. What is the upcoming book release that you're dying to get your hands on? And the book that I'm honestly dying to get my hands on is Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shea Ernshaw. This is a Nightmare Before Christmas book, but in Sally's perspective, which I'm really excited about because Nightmare Before Christmas is becoming one of my favorite Halloween/Christmas movie of all time, and it's releasing during my birthday month, which I'm really excited about. And I know that with my upcoming wedding, I'm still going to pre-order it, don't get me wrong. I probably won't be able to read until after my wedding, but I'm still excited to read it either way because this one of the ones I'm definitely excited to read just because I love Sally as a character, and I'm just really excited about this book. And the next question is, Clock, what's the last book that you have lost track of time because it's so good? I honestly don't remember for this one. I honestly don't remember for this one. I honestly don't know which book it is, but I'm just don't remember. I don't have an answer to this question just because I don't remember any books that have make me lose a track of time because it's so good. So yeah, I don't have an answer to this one. And the last question is Goodreads. Was the last book you gave 5 out of 5 stars? And the book that I actually last gave 5 out of 5 stars, and I literally just read it in one sitting today, which is The Promised Neverland Volume 5 by Kaio Shirei. I'm sorry that I butchered the author's name. And if you haven't read the first volume, and the whole story is about orphans who are living in a happy life, but then and they never see what's going on in the outside world, and then they discover what's been going on the whole time. And I've just read this, and I'm honestly loving this series so far, and it's only a 20 book manga series, and I'm sad about that, but I can't wait to continue on the series because I'm loving the characters so much, and I really want to know what happens next because there's always a cliffhanger after every volume that I've read, so it's like you want to binge read The Promised Neverland. So I'm just really excited to continue on with the series, and obviously it was this I just really love this book series so much. So that's all of the phone apps book tag. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and comment down below what last book that you gave 5 stars, or any of the other questions from this tag. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you know if I ever post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!